Hey everyone, you can build an automation and it works, but you get that feeling that it's just a little bit dumb, right? It just does the exact same thing over and over no matter what. Well, today we're going to fix that. We are giving your automation a brain, and that brain is the n8n if node. All right, let's get right into it. So think about most automations. They're basically a straight line, like a factory assembly line. Data comes in one end, a few things happen to it, and it pops out the other. And that's fine for simple stuff. But what happens when the situation changes? What if you need your workflow to adapt? Well, that straight line just doesn't cut it anymore. That's where a lot of automations just kind of hit a wall. So let me just ask you this. What if your workflow could actually think? What if it could look at the data coming in, really evaluate it, and then make a conscious choice about what to do next? That's a total game changer, isn't it? That's when your automation goes from being a simple tool to being a smart assistant. And that right there brings us to the hero of our story today. See, any kind of thinking involves making a decision. It involves coming to a crossroads. And for your end workflow, that crossroads is the if node. This is the exact point where your automation stops just doing things and starts deciding things. So what is this thing really? Well, the if node is basically a traffic cop for your data. If you're a programmer, you'll know this immediately. It's just a classic if-then-else statement. It looks at every piece of data that comes through and asks a question based on rules that you set. If the data meets your condition, the answer is yes, and it gets sent down the true path. If the answer is no, it goes down the false path. It's that simple, but it is so, so powerful. And here's where it gets really cool, because those two simple paths, true or false, unlock a ton of power. You can now build complex branching logic, sending data down completely different paths for different scenarios. You can use it to filter out data you just don't need to process. You can even build in sophisticated error handling. And of course, you get total control over the flow of your entire automation. This is the secret to building really robust, intelligent workflows. Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this thing actually performs in the real world. Let's walk through a couple of super common examples where the if node can take a workflow from good to absolutely fantastic. First up, a classic e-commerce scenario. Imagine you've got an online store. You want to reward your best customers, the big spenders, but you obviously can't give a discount coupon to every single person who buys something. So how do you automate that? Well, here's how. We just set up our if node with one simple condition. Is the order amount greater than, let's say, $100? If the answer is yes, it's true, we send them down the path that automatically emails them a thank you note with a discount coupon. If the order is $99 or less, the answer is no, it's false. So that data goes down the other path, which just skips the discount email. See? A perfect, targeted, personalized action with just one simple rule. All right, let's switch gears. Let's say you're running a support desk. Tickets are flying in all day. Some of them are critical, system down, and others can probably wait a bit. You need a way to automatically triage these so your team can focus on the real emergencies first. Easy. This time, the if node is just checking a little bit of text. The condition is simple. Does the priority field on the ticket contain the word urgent? If it's true, boom, it gets routed directly to the high priority queue. You could even have it ping your senior support channel in Slack. If it's false, it just goes into the regular old queue for everyone else. This tiny little check can make a massive difference in your team's efficiency, all without anyone lifting a finger. Okay, but what if one simple question isn't enough? Real-world decisions are usually a lot more complex than that, right? You often need to check 2 or 3 or even more things at once. Well, this is where the if node gets even smarter, because it lets you use and or logic. Now, this is a really important difference. Think of and logic like a security door that needs 2 keys at the same time. Both conditions have to be true to open it. For example, the order is over $100 and the customer is in the USA. Both have to be true. Now, or logic is like a door that can be opened with either of 2 different keys. Only one of the conditions needs to be true, like the ticket is marked urgent or the customer is a VIP. This kind of flexibility lets you build some incredibly specific and powerful rules. And it's not just about numbers and text. This thing is incredibly versatile. You can compare numbers, greater than, less than. You can check if a bit of text contains a certain word. You can see if a checkbox is true or false. You can compare dates to see if something is before or after today. You can even check if a list of items is empty. The point is, the if node can handle almost any kind of data you throw at it, making it this truly universal decision-making tool. So what we've seen here is that the if node is really what separates a simple robotic script from a truly smart adaptive workflow. It's the one piece that lets your automation react dynamically to whatever data comes its way. This quote really just says it all perfectly. The if node enables smart automations by dynamically changing workflow paths based on data evaluations. Think about that. Instead of one single fixed road, you now have a whole map of possibilities, and your automations can navigate that map all by itself based on real-time information. That, right there, is the heart of what smart automation is all about. So, as we wrap up, the real question isn't if you should use this node, but how. Just think about the workflows you're using right now, or the ones you're dreaming of building. What's the very first decision you're going to let your automation make all on its own? Thanks for watching.